revenue is functioning inside your financials. So you must. This book is going to be very. This book is important.
Well, I was supposed to come to that, but it's okay. You really did that. Yeah, a copy sells for 15,000 francs, but just because I'm here, I'll be giving a special rebate, so I'll sell it for 10K.
So you can register if you need it, maybe not now,
yeah.
Maybe you can want it later. You write your name down, you write your phone number, you let me have it, and then whenever you're ready, we can talk. So Mr. Rofo is going to talk to you about your finances, taxing, paying, especially in Cameroon. Being regular, being business or investor ready, especially with your financials, is going to talk to you about that.
Business growth, business creation and growth strategies. I mean, all the other guys have really spoken. I was not here unfortunately because I had other things to do. But the good thing is that I'm here. I'm here now, and we shall have a lot to be talking about. So what I'll be presenting on is it's doing business in Cameroon, company registration, accounting and tax payment systems. But before I go ahead, I just want to know who my audience is. Are we all entrepreneurs? If you're an entrepreneur already, please can I just see a hand raise? If you're doing some kind of business already. Everybody's an entrepreneur. There is nobody here who is like a wannabe, somebody who wants to start a business. Sorry? They wanna be like just a raise of hand. So everybody's a wannabe. Everybody's an entrepreneur. Okay, then if you have done any kind of service business, let me also see right now. Service. Providing a service. Alright. A service business. Okay? Like one part of the whole hall. And then, if you failed so many times while doing business, if you've tried so many things and failed, you failed. It means people are not really entrepreneurs now, because entrepreneurs fail all the time. Anyways, my name is Rofo Chifu. It's not very clear, but I'm the CEO founder of HR and Systems Limited, a consulting-based company here in Douala. But the vision is to go worldwide, of course, Africa and worldwide as well. I also own TrueWorks Limited, Joker TV. For those who've been online, you probably see Joker TV. It's an entertainment-based production company. And I am also a snail farmer. Yes, Yamangoro farming, right?
Yeah.
All of you eat snails here, I guess.
Yeah.
Yes, I also farm snail. I have one of the biggest farms in Cameroon. I saw some people.
There's someone who wants to start
Yeah, you want to start agricultural business, eh? Okay, I heard some people talking about agriculture here as well. Very good business sector. So those are the kind of things, those are the things that I like doing. Like, that's one of me. And then I've also worked majorly in two places, like 6 work. I was with United Bank of Africa as the finance performance manager, and also with Cameroon Airlines Corporation, Cameco, as the finance director. And these are all startups. Like, I was there when the company was starting up. So I've got a lot of background about how companies start up, small, large, and big companies. I am also a published author. She already introduced that. This is my book. I published this in August on Ohara accounting and building statistics and tax returns from scratch. And then I am also a YouTuber, a certified YouTuber. So a lot of things going on, right? The truth is, yes, the truth is that I've been able to be involved in a lot of startups, small businesses, big businesses, whatever it is, getting it from zero to somewhere in Cameroon, where I've lived all my life. So what I'll be doing here today is actually going to be sharing that experience, because there's nothing that's going to be on the slides that you will not find on the internet or somewhere. If you want to get the tax rate of Cameroon, 33%, you find it. I mean, you just type tax rate Cameroon, you find a lot of documents. If you want to type doing business in Cameroon, you find a lot of people talking about it. But one of the things that I do is talk a lot about business in Cameroon, I don't only look at business in Cameroon, I look at business in Africa. Okay? So I really think this session is going to be a sharing experience kind of session. It's not me coming to tell you some kind of things that you've not heard before, but I really enjoy the interactiveness, and I want that as we are going along, just stop me anywhere you are and then we'll discuss. We've got limited time, so we have to be brief and straight to the point. Right? Okay, I just wanted to share this picture of mine. I don't know if it's clear. This is my snail farm here, and this is me. The reason I'm sharing this is because when I posted this picture on Twitter, somebody came and said, the snail is really big. That was, he was referring to me that I'm kind of like a snail. so people came and was laughing, like, I was like, this is the biggest snail farm in Cameroon, and the person came and said, wow, that snail is really big. So I mean, I just said I should share with you, but that's the UFA snail farm. It based in Bonaberry. It had a lot of snails, but one of my horses anyway. So we'll be talking about the first section of my presentation is going to be on doing business in Cameroon. Doing business in Cameroon. We are all entrepreneurs or want to be entrepreneurs, and we all know that doing business in Cameroon is not that easy. It's quite challenging. And when I was going through, preparing this presentation, I just decided that okay, let's look at some key economic metrics of doing business in Cameroon. Wow, it's quite dark. I don't think you guys are seeing it. You are seeing it, right? All right. So according to the World Bank, Cameroon ranks number 166 out of 190 countries in the world. So you can see that doing business in Cameroon is not that easy, because our rank is quite low, or quite back there. And then the second economic metric I want us to just look at quickly is like the population of Cameroon. We've got 25 million people. To me, that's kind of much. If you are able to sell just to 1 million people, whatever you do here, you are a multi-millionaire. So if we are looking at doing business in Cameroon, I mean, you should also be targeting the masses. So it's possible that you succeed here in Cameroon doing business. It's very possible. Some of us just think that we have to go to America or to UK to make it, but I really think that as an entrepreneur, as all of us we are here, it's possible that we'll succeed. And then of course, if you look at the GDP of Cameroon, it's 4.2%. GDP, as you all know, measures the productivity of the country. It's measured in GDP terms. 4.2% is a good rate. That's year-on-year growth rate. We have the Africa.
Are you an accountant, an entrepreneur, or a business manager in any of the 17 OHADA member states? Then you need to grab a copy of this book, OHADA Accounting, Building Statistics and Tax Return from Scratch. This book is going to just give you everything you want. This is just not a book, it's a working tool. If you want to grab a copy of this book, hey, just send us an email or WhatsApp us or contact us through call through any of the numbers on the screen, and a copy is going to be yours. We can send it to you in any country that you are or anywhere you are in Cameroon.
As a whole, has about 3.7% average GDP growth rate in Africa. So if Cameroon is 4.2, it means we are doing well in that terms. And then of course, just like another thing, the tax rate, the 3% for corporate tax, one of the highest in the world. Tax rate for private sector is just too high. We have a very high tax rate in this country. I don't know why our leaders are not seeing this, but it is really, really making it difficult, business difficult for us. And then personal income tax too is very high. It's a progressive tax, 35% on that light, on a personal income. That is very high. If you earn 5 million and above in terms of your mass salary base, you're going to pay that 35%, which is very high. And then inflation rate of 2.3% is not that bad. 2.3% is lower than the Africa average. Africa average is about 11%. So an inflation rate of 2.3%, it means that we are struggling. Although inflation is not very good for economy because it brings down the purchasing power. So the central bank and all of the monetary policies they put in place so that they can solve this inflation problem. Okay, that was just to give us a basic overview of doing business environment in our country, but which to me I still think it's good. There is no way that you're going to find everything as perfect. You understand? So let's look at like some of the key strong points that we have in Cameroon. We've got a long and perfect like political stable. We have been politically stable for over some time now. Although for the recent years we know what has been happening in the country. With the issues we're having in the northwest and southwest, it's also brought the political risk of the country a little bit higher. Investors really don't want to come here and build. If you want to really start doing the business now in Cameroon, you have to really be careful to think about the country political risk. And then of course we've got quite low cost labor. With 50,000 francs, you can hire somebody, you can hire a graduate or so. But I think labor is generally low. But from my experience, labor is low, but skilled labor is lacking. Like a lot of young people come out from school, but they are not really skilled. So our educational system is really not working well for us. We need to start changing that as entrepreneurs as well. And then abundant natural resources, diversified export economy, ongoing infrastructure modernization, a bit like we're having a few people, infrastructures and all of that going on. And then monetary stability. Those were some key strong points. And then we look at the weak points. I already said this. The political risk is some kind of a weak point, and then we have lack of some infrastructures as well. And then one of the weak points is complicated business startup strategies and and business environments. We already saw that. Now, one of the most important things that we should look at is the challenges of doing business in Cameroon. I think as entrepreneurs, we have all faced certain type of challenges. I have been able to come up with the ones that I have faced, as I said, sharing my experience, but I'll also like to hear from a few people in here what you've also faced as an entrepreneur starting a business in Cameroon or doing business in Cameroon. When I'm doing this kind of presentation, I usually don't like to talk like this for a very long time, but I talk like this for the whole day, so I really like people to also talk. Now, the first thing I see is business registration process is very, very complicated. In Rwanda, you can register a company in 6 hours and it's free. It means you go today, in the next 6 hours, you have your company documents up and running. I have a very strong presence in Rwanda as well, and I've been able to register companies there. So I can see that Cameroon is just complicating life for us for nothing. Setting your company up and running, it's not supposed to be something that you go for months or weeks to have that going. So that's one of the challenges that I think we are facing in the country. And I'm going to also listen from you guys. And then obtaining permits and licenses, it's almost just impossible. If you want to do timber business now, you take like years to actually get the permit to operate. And so many banking is almost like impossible. But I don't know why it should be that difficult. If you want to recycle waste, it's still a big problem just to get the permit and the license to operate. I mean, even building permits to build your office, it's almost you go through the whole. So it's a problem which I think we are facing in the country. And I already said this high tax rate. The effective tax rate in Cameroon is over 50%, like effective tax rate. But the corporate tax is 30% plus additional council tax is 10%, makes 33%. But you pay VAT. VAT is one of the highest in the world, 90.25%. That's just so much. In Ghana, Nigeria, you have 10%, 6%, 12%. I mean, all over the world, Cameroon comes with a very open, high tax rate. So that's a challenge as business or as entrepreneurs in Cameroon, or that's a challenge that we have doing business in Cameroon. And then we also have administrative bottlenecks. We all know this. One of the reasons why the Amazon crisis even started. You go to a tax office to declare your tax, and only to declare you've got money to pay, but you have to go through all the struggles just to have that declaration go through. And then I already said this too as well, lack of skilled labor. Our educational system has actually failed us. I'll be clear about that. And as entrepreneurs here, what I usually advise is when if you're supposed to be you are leaders, so you should be mentoring and bringing up the other people. They should learn additional skills to what they have already learned in school. Like for me, I did microbiology and medical laboratory technology in school. I have a degree in that. But when I left, I got into ACCA And then I had to learn database, Oracle database to add to that. So it was just additional skills to what I was doing, which spotlighted me and made me valuable where I was. Because when it comes to accounting and it comes to systems, I'll put them together and then I'll be able to go over my peers. So I really think if you are aspiring to be an entrepreneur, there are certain additional skills that you just need to learn. These skills are free online. With YouTube now, you can learn just anything. You can learn how to pilot a plane, from YouTube. I was able to learn a lot of things just from YouTube. I was able to learn how to farm, how to do snail farming from YouTube. I didn't go to any school. I just sat, read the books, and then tried my hands on. And I was able to do that. So I think as an entrepreneur, we should learn additional skills. Learn video editing, learn how to public speaking, learn something additional, learn translate, learn other languages. There are just so many other skills that I can learn. How to write, and so on and so forth. And then of course, we also have difficulty in getting funding. This is where if anybody here is not facing that kind of problem, then I'll say you are God blessed. I mean, you are sent from heaven. But difficulty in funding is one of the challenges that we're really having in this country, which you have a very good product, you have a very good business plan, everything is perfect, but you are able to get $1 million francs or 2 or 3 or 5 or 10 to get your business started. I heard somebody talking about especially if you want to scale, start small and then want to scale, will be a problem. So probably you want to start bringing some other partners into it and so on and so forth. But getting funding is a big problem in this country. So before I continue, I just want to hear from like 1 or 2 people. Just talk to us as well, the challenges that you face during this experience.
So I want to talk about 2 points. The registration of the business, the process, and administration combined.
Yeah.
The fact that me as a consultant,
Yeah.
because I'm in an organization where I'm the executive director, mathematician, but I'm also a consultant.